What's up, God's people? I'm praying that all is well with you. I'm on my way to work, and I had a conversation last night with one of my cousins, and I thought I might share a piece of that with you. If you've been here for a while, you guys know how these conversations happen. I fall into a conversation with someone, and I'm like, you know what? There is someone else that needs to hear this. So I'm going to share it with you. I pray all is well with you and your family. And if it doesn't feel like it is at the moment, I prophesy that it shall be very, very soon. Quickly, suddenly, fast, and in a hurry. We were singing that on Sunday, and it's still ringing in my spirit. Quickly, suddenly, fast, and in a hurry. I pray that things turn around for you. But anyway, I was on the phone last night talking to one of my beloved family members, and we were talking about our schedules. And, she has smaller children, but and we're working, there's a lot going on, and I was telling her how busy I am and how I feel like my schedule is very, very packed. And she began to say, she's like, cousin, you don't even got smaller kids, just different things. She said, she knows my schedule is packed, but she just was like, how is it so packed? And, we begin to run down the things, full-time working, there's ministry, there's praise and worship, I do have a family. But I said, there's one thing that I do that I feel as though people need to do. And what you need to do, if this word is for you, is prioritize your rest. I told her, with everything that I have going on, what is also at the top of that list is my sleep. I'm not a morning person. I have to be because I'm a 9-to-5 chick, but I wouldn't consider myself a morning person. And I know in order for me to be clear-headed and focused, I need rest. I actually prioritize my rest. It is on my list of things to do. Unless there is something that I'm doing, I am in my bed at about 8:30. I'm in the bed. I'm not sleeping. But I've taken care of the house. I've taken care of everyone. I crossed everything off my list. I am in the shower. I am giving myself self-care, and I was telling my son and others, I said, even when I get in the shower, us women, you know what I'm talking about, especially if you 35, 40 and up. I get in the shower. I have my routine, all of my products, all of my lotions and oils when I'm done, and I'm rubbing down, and I'm just getting off the day, and I got my comfortable pajamas, placed out. Yes, because I know I need rest. I make sure I have comfortable sleepwear. I prioritize my rest. It is part of my daily routine. And this is where most of us are lacking. We're not prioritizing our sleep, our rest. And it's a domino effect in your life if you don't. Not only are you fatigued, tired, we're not eating properly, other things in our area, in our lives, in different areas, suffer. We grow deficient in because we have not prioritized sleep. Rest is not a reward. It is a requirement. It is a requirement to have proper sleep. Now, listen, life's crazy. Life's hectic. When I have, we have a concert this Friday. I am going to New York on Thursday to, the United Nations. It's busy. But what I'm saying is, you still have to know that it is important, and you still have to place sleep on your list. I need to be in bed by this certain time. Now, I have a tip for the young mothers. And this is even more beneficial to the young parents, I shall say, not just mothers, the young parents who also are married or in relationships. Proper rest affects the ebbs and flow, the mobility, of our relationships. Let me tell you why. As a young mother, I raised my kids on a very, very, I don't want to say strict schedule, but it was a schedule. It was a routine. By 8 o'clock, 8:30, I don't want to hear no kids. And this is before I ever got married. I knew that in order for me to function as a mother, going to work, going to school, whatever I was doing at that time, I needed time to myself. I needed the time to myself. So I have a tip for the young parents. Okay? Put them kids to bed. Put them kids to bed. Get them on a schedule. Put them to bed. You need time for yourself. You need time for your spouse. Ain't no kids laying up in the bed with you. Now, for single people, single mothers, I understand you believe it's no harm in your children sleeping in your bed because you're single. Oh, they can sleep with me. That's incorrect. Beloved, that's incorrect. You are not training them children for your marriage. Them kids should not be sleeping in the bed with you. I understand you're a little lonely. You want somebody to hold. Huh. Listen here. Listen here. Ain't no kids sleeping in no bed with me. When I was single, get in your bed. That's one thing. We watching a movie, you fall asleep. Look, go to your room. This is how you train your children. And then when you get somebody, you wonder why the kids is acting up, because you've never trained them. You can't use your children for affection. Not in that way. I'm sorry. I did not mean for this to go this way. But here we are. Put them kids to bed. Your spouse coming home from a hard day at work. You've come home from a hard day of work. Everyone needs a routine. You feed them, get that homework done, get in the bath, and y'all be ready for bed 8:30. Get in the bed. For instance, your spouse may come home a little later. When you put those kids to bed in a routine and you have time for you, then you're able to get up and still serve your spouse. Now, this is not for everybody. There's, caveats and exceptions to every rule. But we're just talking about basic fundamentals here. Just basic reality. Some of you, your spouses get home very late. And you've been running around with them kids all day. And at work, of course you're not able to serve them. Of course you don't have any energy. Of course you don't have time or the energy to make love to them because you're tired. Because you have not prioritized you. You have not prioritized your rest. This is the problem. You must prioritize your self-care. And I'm telling you, this small change in your routine, you will reap a lot of benefits from it. But don't let your kids sleep in your bed. I come from that generation. We didn't even just walk up in our parents' room. It was like walking on a pulpit. Like, you just didn't go in there. It was sacred. We need to bring that back. These kids do not know boundaries, and it is our fault. These children today are tomorrow's adults. So if you're not training them and teaching them boundaries now, why do you think they don't care? And these people today do not care about anybody else's boundaries, what they need, what they want, what they like, what they don't like. Don't touch me here. I'm not ready there. I need some space. It's foreign to people because we have not trained our children on boundaries. You want a husband? Act like you're married now. You want a wife? Act like you're married now. Train the kids. Put them jokers to bed. I'm telling you. People may call me cold or whatever. I didn't let my kids sleep with me. No, go on. Lay down. Love you. Pray over you. You know, but we need to bring order. We need structure in our homes so you can have more time for you. And that's what I have for you. Just short, sweet. Just wanted to give you that little nugget. You come home, get your routine, make it fun for the kids, get a chart. Did you do this? Are they checking stuff off the list? Homework, brush your teeth, you know, pick your clothes out for tomorrow, you know, packing lunch tonight for tomorrow. In order to prepare for tomorrow, we got to start today. But I love you guys so, so much. Keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. I am eternally grateful. I bless God for you. May the Lord bless the work of your hands. And come back and tell me how you have implemented some type of structure and you have prioritized your rest. Let me know how it's working out for you. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.